You're now tuned into the TNH Sports Network, the number one place for unbiased boxing news, fight predictions, fight breakdowns, and film studies. Make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button on the way out if you want to show love to the channel. Yo, yo, yo. Fight week, fight week, fight week. What's up? What's cracking? So I know all y'all seen that presser yesterday. I know y'all seen that presser. Presser was crazy. We got a couple things to talk about. The presser. Of course, I know earlier in the week y'all heard that Boots, Bud news. We're going to get into that real quick. But that presser for this fight tomorrow, let's get it. So let's talk about this Bud Boots situation real quick. So the IBF strips Bud and elevates Boots. We all know Bud has a rematch clause with Earl Spence for their rematch. IBF does not recognize rematch clauses, so that's not a valid excuse to not fulfill your mandatory as far as the IBF goes, per their laws. So he would not be able to fulfill his mandatory within a limited time frame, within the time frame given by the IBF, and as a result, he was stripped. Boots was given a belt, right? Twitter going crazy, Instagram going crazy, YouTube going crazy. Bud fans mad at the fact that EJ had one mandatory in over 5 years, right? They pissed off about that, and Bud gets stripped within 3 months. He got to fulfill his mandatory, he gets stripped, but EJ had his over 5 years. Now we know he had the car accident, the retina, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be, right? But that's still a 5-year span, bro, with one mandatory. So I believe the president of the IBF was pressed about this by some boxing media. I don't know if it was Dan or Mike, right? I don't know which one it was, but I think it might have been Dan, and he pressed him about it, and I think his answer was something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing here, but something to the effect that, yeah, that was just like maybe bad judgment by me. Maybe I should have forced another mandatory on that situation. Of course, he mentioned the accident and the retina and all that stuff like that. But he's like, in hindsight, that was probably just bad decisioning on me. And this seems to be a thing, like a reoccurring thing, whenever these sanctioning bodies do something that's just wild and out of the ordinary for one specific fighter and showing favoritism. They seem to just say that was just bad on our behalf, because there's no repercussions for this. There's no sanctioning body above all of our sanctioning bodies that hold them accountable. So there's no accountability. They hold themselves accountable. They write the checks and the balances, right? They check themselves. So as long as that's a fact, we're gonna have this bit of corruptness, this bit of wild westness involved in boxing. But that is what it is. It'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen if Bud is going to just move up to 154, had a fight there and just stay there, or is he going to come back and clash with Jaron Ennis? We know the things that he said in the past. Boots is higher risk, lower reward. It's not that he doesn't want to fight him, but why should he take an 8 mil payday when he can get a 10, 20, 30 million, 40 million payday? He's trying to get Canelo. I know he said that he wishes to retire soon, and in the past, he planned to be retired by now, right? So with those things in mind, right, he might be looking for 1-2 big fights and be gone. So the fact that Boots is not on his radar, to me, I don't think is a big deal. This man is 9-10 years Boots senior, right? So they not in the same generation. They not in the same generation of fighters. So if Boots is not bringing enough money to the table, I understand why Bud don't want to fight him, right? And Boots, I don't know if y'all follow enough, but Boots, my young boy, we his dad turned me out of box, and my little brother, and my other little brother, and all that. So I'm definitely team Boots, right? But when it come to money and negotiation and all that, I believe I understand the business. The money ain't right, I ain't doing it. So I don't expect nobody else to do it, right? But now EJ fans, right? EJ fans is spazzing out. They talking about, oh, you ducking boots. So this is a duck. I thought he had a contract obligation, a contractual obligation. He has his next fight has to be Earl Spence, unless Earl Spence says he drops the obligation. He don't want the rematch, right? He will get sued. Like he had to go to court, and I think they could take his boxing license. I think they can, right? But he definitely has to fight Earl next if Earl say he wants a rematch. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, right? We saw that situation with Wilder and Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury thought he was gonna go on and fight somebody else as they beat Wilder in 2, but you see he fought him in 3. That was his very next fight. He ain't had no choice. So this is one of those type situations. This is a legal situation with contracts involving and people's names on paper in black and white, and you don't have the option of doing what you just want to do. You gotta oblige by the contract, right? So calling Bud a duck for not fighting Boots because the money is maybe a half or a third of what he would get in these other 2 fights that he won. And also knowing that he has a contract obligation, so it either has to be EJ or EJ say no, we don't have to fight, or I want Canelo, or I want. Well, he said he want Charlo, but he ain't mentioned Charlo name in a while. He want a big fight or 2 and go ahead and retire. You can see it. Man, 36, he'll be 37 soon. You feel what I'm saying? By it's all said and done, he might be 38. So I ain't mad at him. At his point in his career, he put that work in. He done put enough dudes down. You feel what I'm saying? That he can deserve a big payday, or his last few checks be a big payday, and I ain't mad at it at all. Boots was just born a little too late to fight him. Maybe EJ too. EJ 3 years younger, but I don't think if this scenario was EJ fans would be calling EJ a duck. They'd be like, oh, he got contract obligations with Bud. He can't fight Boots. He can't fight Boots. He can't fight Boots. So, but if EJ won and EJ was in this situation, because no matter who won was going to be in this situation, right? So if EJ was the one who won and he ended up in this situation, I wonder what EJ fans say EJ's ducking. That's a wonder of mine. I wonder. And I wonder if you are what you say you are. Yeah, I wonder. So that's weird to me. You know how the social media boxing fan stuff go, man. We got the most delusional degenerates in the sport. And I love y'all, man. I love y'all to death, man. I love y'all to death. But y'all be trolling. Y'all love to troll. I don't know why. Y'all love to troll. And y'all love to love other men more than y'all just like watching the sport. That's weird to me. Can't do it. Not in my DNA, bro. Love the sport more than all of these individual men. It's just a little strange to me. I understand if you're young, you're a kid, but I'm talking to these grown men, these adults, these 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old dudes. You feel what I'm saying? You're a teenager, I understand. It's your first 13 years in this world. You starstruck, whatever the word is. Starstruck, right? That's cool. But you 33, you 43, you 53. Why are you starstruck over some 22-year-old? Yeah? It's weird. It's weird. It's mad weird. But on to better things. Baby girl, you gotta sit down. You all in my background with your clickety-clacky feet. Go sit down. Pardon my little dog. She got these little legs. So she be walking around the house. It's something crazy. Alright, but on to this fight, man. Big showdown tomorrow. Big showdown tomorrow. A couple of y'all liked the caption I used. A couple of y'all gave me different captions I should have used. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and explain the caption real quick, right? So pure talent. Talent is what you're born with, what God gave you, right? Speed, uh, maybe intelligence, but speed, power, those attributes. Skill is different. Skill is things that you work on. Skill is things that you hone. Skill is things that you get good at and you perfect or nearly perfect. Those are skills, right? When I say Edwin has pure talent, I think he has pure talent. I think boxing has. I think his pure talent has taken him this far, right? Not that he don't work hard. Yeah, he work hard. He has to work hard, right? But I think most of this is talent. I think this might be 60-40 talent skill or 70-30 talent to skill. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know the exact ratio, but I'm thinking his talent outweighs his skill level, right? Because a couple people in the past, right? Richardson Hitchens just said not too long ago that his talent, how he was explaining that, what he was saying to me was his talent was getting him in there, but his skill level was going to be the reason he was going to get out of there. You feel what I'm saying? He was like, he got gassed. We did a few rounds. We were supposed to do 8. We did 6. And he was like, no, hell with that, bro. I'm tired. You feel what I'm saying? So that's skill, things you work on. His talent level was the reason why he was able to get in the ring with Richard Hitchens, meaning like people saw his talent was like, oh, that's somebody you should spar with. But his skill level at that point, it wasn't up to par, so he couldn't even finish the spar. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I choose like talent for Edwin and skill for Shakur. All right, but we gonna see. We gonna see. But what y'all notice at the presser? One of the main things that I noticed at the presser, one of the main things I saw, they was around the same height, right? Maybe an inch or two, give or take. Not even two, an inch, give or take, right? That's not the main thing. But Core, to me, although he had a bigger jacket on, he looked bigger than Edwin. He looked like the bigger man. So I'm like, he might be able to impose his will a little better, right? He might be able to push Edwin around a little more, frame him, get him off balance and stuff like that. Because that's how Shakur like to land a good amount of his shots. He gets you off balance. He'll frame you. He'll pull on your guard. You feel what I'm saying? Things like that. So if he can impose his physical will on Edwin more, oh man, this could be an easy night. We're gonna see what Shakur mind frame like. We're gonna see what his level is like. Cause like I said, I think this fight will test him a bit, right? We got a comment. Let me check it. Salute, bro Ham. What's good, Birdie? What's the deal? But we're gonna see what level Shakur talent level is on, right? We see his skill level. We're gonna see how far he could combine them two things, right? And the levels that he could go to. I think this is one of them step up level fights for him. But yeah, so they should be having a weigh-in today, right? Fight is tomorrow. Weigh-in should be today. Yesterday was the presser. Also on the undercard, they got Navarrete. We got the young boy Abdullah Mason. We got Emiliano Vargas. This is a nice undercard, yo. This is a nice undercard. I think because it was on a Thursday, they had to make sure they came correct, right? And I think they did. It's a nice undercard if you enter the youngins, right? If you enter the prospects, it's one, two. It's 2 prospects on there at least. I didn't see the full card. It's 2 prospects on there at least that I keep my eye on. You feel what I'm saying? Frequently. So I'm gonna watch these 2. Hopefully, well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have good outings. They still early in their career where they feeding them tomato cans, so the world could get a little recognition of them. Also, just so they can hone their skills a little bit. They shouldn't be feeling no major adversity right now, right? Not too crazy. They still young. They in their first 10, 11, 12 fights. They feeling you gotta build the fighter up, build his confidence and stuff like that. So that's good to see. But what I do see is, right, because Navarrete, he's on the undercard too, right? They trying to build him up to fight Shakur next. I think that's what they're trying to do next. Because it's some relation. Let me see. I don't know if Navarrete lost. No, he lost to. Did he lose to Shakur? Shakur beat his ass. Somebody beat his ass. I forget. Let me see. All right, he just beat Oscar Valdez. I remember that joint. It was some connection I saw. I can't remember, but they would like for, and I think I read they he better stay where he at, cause he at 30, Core at 35 right now. Yeah, he better stay where he at for real, for real. Go ahead, leave bro alone. They both fought Oscar Valdez. But Navarrete fighting Canseco. This is Canseco's third championship fight in his last 5 fights. Dog done lost all of them. I'm like, yo, how he keep getting these fights? He said, or beat Robinson. He did. Okay, all right, bet. That's the connection. So yeah, Shakur did beat him in 22. So they want Navarrete to beat him and then possibly face Core. But Navarrete, he is at 30. Like I said, he better stay there. Cause at 30, he not even a monster that he was at what they at 26. He was a monster at 26. He not the same monster that he was at 30. And if you go to 35 and think he gonna he gonna do anything with Core, he done lost his damn mind. I ain't even gonna lie, man, he too slow. Punches too wide, footwork too crazy. I like him. He's an exciting fighter, right? He bring it. But Core will punish dude. I forget who dropped him. Dropped him with a little left hook, a little check hook, something simple too. I forget who it was that dropped him. But he fought through that fight. He got through that one. Was that his loss? Because he got lost on his record too. I think he had a loss early in his career. No, Liam Wilson dropped him. That's who dropped him. But he had lost earlier in his career. I don't think none of us know who that dude is. Daniel Ortega. 16-4. Yeah. I don't know that dude. I don't know that dude. But yeah, that's gonna be an alright fight. Let me pull up the undercard real quick. So did y'all watch the presser? Did y'all watch the what is it called? Top ranked version of All Access? I don't know what it's called. But that joint was cool. That joint was pretty cool. Fam, when you showing footage on your recent film study video, did you get copyrighted? So look, if you show a long clip, right? So the recent ones, right? So how I did it recently, no, I didn't get anything. Cause you gotta make sure it looks pretty educational. So you gotta pause it, you gotta explain, you gotta talk about it a lot. But long as you're not playing like more than like 5-6 seconds of a clip straight through, you shouldn't get the computer shouldn't catch you anyway, right? But if you pause it and you explain what's happening, you got edits in it and stuff like that, then no, you won't get a copyright. All three of the ones that I just dropped, no copyrights. Alright. What was I about to do? I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm about to look up this card. Let me see the full card. And that joint. One thing about Top Rank, you ain't like that. Don't even worry about that joint being on pay-per-view. Don't even trip off that. This one gonna be free. Well, not free because you gotta have ESPN Plus, but this one not pay-per-view. We ain't gotta pay nothing extra. Where the full card at? Alright, here we go. Brian Norman, Quentin Randall, Floyd Diaz, Max Ornelas, Troy Isley, Vladimir Hernandez, Jackson Murray, Steven Torres, Emiliano Vargas, Brandon Mendoza. Which Brandon Mendoza? Yeah, that must be him. Hold on, let me see. Oh, alright, there's some dude I don't even know of. Be so many same names and last name. I be mixing them up. Yeah, we don't know this Brandon Mendoza. Abdullah Mason, got Jose Cardenas, Hugo Mick. Yeah, I can't pronounce that man's name. Hugo versus Sergio. I don't know who that is though. Let me look at that. I'll watch that card. Well, I'm gonna watch the full card. I like discovering new boxers. Hugo. I cannot say his last name for nothing. He 8-1. I mean 8-0, 1 KO. Super lightweight. 5'11". Tall for super lightweight. Oh no, he had 40. Alright, we're gonna watch that joint. Yeah, pause it as much as possible. Definitely. And explain and break down as much as possible. And if anything, if it's not relevant, cut it out. If you can anyway. But yeah. Still might be tough to what is it called? Monetize that type of content. From what I know anyway. I don't my joint not monetized. Although I hit the qualification, I still ain't monetize it. But when you use other people's content, the waters get a little murky. Even if you're using it and creating your own content. I think they might allow you to do it. You might not get a copyright, but you might not be able to what is it called? Monetize off of it. Yeah, so they made Navarrete the co-feature versus Conseco. We're gonna see if next year they try to push for that fight. We're gonna see. How many fights have Navarrete been at? 30. The last 3. He fight all the time, so that's really only been a year, a little over a year. Next year, it'll probably be like a year and a half, a year and a quarter. So yeah, he might be adjusted. He might be adjusted to 35 by then. But his joints ain't gonna have as much pop as they used to. He ain't gonna be TKOing dudes like I used to. He just pummel them till somebody stop it. Yes, sir. So yeah, go ahead, bro. I'll tap into your joints for sure if you do a film study. But yeah, I ain't want to make this joint too long. I just wanted to tap in, talk about this fight. I gave my predictions, right? Let's do it live. I gave my predictions on the last video of my film study, right? And excuse it being messed up. I think video 2, 3, they all got messed up, right? Wi-Fi was going crazy. CapCut was going crazy. It was a lot of dumb stuff going on. So the video wouldn't export. I had to screen record the video, match up the audio and all that. Like it was a lot going on, right? So excuse all that. But if you got through the entire 4-part series, I think Shakur gonna win by unanimous decision, right? But I don't think. All right, bet. I'm gonna come back when I end the live. I'm gonna come back and copy that and then put it in the joint. I got you, bet. So, damn, what was I saying? I think Shakur gonna win by unanimous decision. That's my analysis of it, right? But at the same time, I do think it's gonna be a little rough the first few rounds. You're gonna have to adjust to Edwin's speed and power and distance. But we all know Shakur does that well. I think this is going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes, who can capitalize on the other's mistakes, and who can stay the most disciplined the entire fight. And I think from what we know, that's Shakur, right? From the film that we saw, that fighter is Shakur more than Edwin. So I think that's going to be the difference maker between this. I think this is going to be a fight that Shakur is going to be able to show his difference in levels, his difference in elevation. So He better take opportunity and show us this fight. He could win this fight by just making it a boring fight. He could just box around Edwin the whole night and just make it a boring fight. But that's not what we want to see, right? We want to see you take it to another level. Not that we need you to stop him, right? But we want to see you. We want to see you take it to another level. We want to see you sit in the pocket for a little bit. Yeah, move around, but sit in the pocket, catch them shots, shoot them shots. Like, we want to see you do the highest level of things on the highest level of opponents. You feel what I'm saying? That's where we could get a real gauge of you, and we could really start saying, all right, Hall of Famer, all right, this might be the generational boxer, all right, this is pound for pound guy. But until we get to see you doing those best elite moves in thought processes and having elite performances, you feel what I'm saying? Up against elite competition, we can't do nothing with you. You feel me? You have to, you gotta do that. You say you think gonna stop Edwin? So all right, if he stop, well, I'm sure you see it the same way I see it. If he stop Edwin, is a TKO because he beat the shit out of Edwin, right? And that's a possibility, right? That is a possibility because Edwin makes a lot of mistakes. He lunges and stuff like that, or he could possibly catch him with a good joint, right? Because we saw Venezuela's catch Edwin with a punch he didn't see and it hurt him. But we also saw Edwin recover from that punch real fast and put Venezuela's down immediately after that. Not saying that's going to happen to Shakur, right? I don't think Shakur touching the canvas. But Edwin can be touched. He can be put down, right? So Shakur does have a possibility in dropping him, but I don't think he stop him with one punch type of deal. I think if he stop him, it's TKO. He beat the shit out of him. And the referee or Edwin corner was like, all right, that's enough. But I think, like, from what you're saying, off pure sharpness and pot shotting, he could stop Edwin for sure. I just don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe I'm giving Edwin credit of heart, right? Because I think he got a lot of heart, and I don't know that he'll quit. I think he'll figure something out. Even if he's getting his shit beat out of him, he'll figure something out to get to the end. All right? But it's possible. Because I think this is his first 12 rounder, is it? If it is, man, you take that nigga, you take his ass to deep waters and he over with. Could stop him in the 11th and 12th. Because it's been rumors in the streets about his gas tank not really being there. Like I said, Richardson Hitchens said it the other day. He wanted to stop at the round 6, and they were supposed to be doing around 8. Also, the fight that he lost, I can't find this footage nowhere. They said he pretty much gassed out in that fight. Yep, this Edwin first 12 rounder. Definitely his first round. Shh. Mamas, come here. Stop making noise. This is Edwin first 12 rounder. So Shakur could just went off him gassing. You get to the 8th, 9th, 10th round, and he just not himself no more. Definitely happens. Definitely second half of the fight. Definitely second half. Let me lock her out real quick. But yeah, bro, definitely will be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's when it'll get tough for him. From what I'm seeing, he did do a 10 rounder his last fight. Before then, he had a 10 rounder, but it ended in 3. The fight before then, he only had an 8 rounder. He did another 10, but it ended in 1. Yeah, he was knocking dudes out early on. He ain't fought a lot of pro rounds. Yeah, when William Foster took him 8, he lost by split decision. All 3 referees had him losing 3 rounds. Well, losing by 3 points, I should say. All 3 referees had him losing by 3 points. On BoxRec, it don't. Let me see. No, it don't show the round what they score each round. But then he had an 8 rounder after that, knocked dude out in the second round. 10 rounder after that, knocked dude out in the third round. And then he had that 10 rounder against Adorno, which he didn't gas from what I remember. that being said, he will TKO him, aka stop him. Yeah, for sure. Didn't know he had gas problems. Was trying to see from the film, but it was a bit limited on him. Yeah, on Edwin. What fight did I use? Because I used the Venezuela fight. It was only 3 rounds. Yeah, the Adorno fight. I could have used footage of the late rounds just to see how he would gas. Right, that's what I could have used. But it was hard to find the full video and download it in a clear manner. I don't like using highlights because it really don't show you the full grasp of what's going on. So if I break something down, I want it to at least be 1 full round. But it was hard to find that full video and download it to where I could upload and edit and all that stuff. That's why I didn't use any parts of the Adorno fight. But the main focus wasn't on the Adorno fight because, of course, the foot placement, the foot stance. So you didn't know he had gas problems. Yeah. So it shows right here when you look at it. The first time he went the distance, he lost in a split decision. What he said? Oh, all right. So one judge must have gave him. Yeah, one judge did give him the decision 7-4. The other two, 74 to 77. Yeah, the other two it was 74 to 75 just for the other person. So that was a split decision. But the first time he went the distance in an 8-rounder, he lost in a split decision. The second time he won in a unanimous decision. That's when he beat Joseph Adorno up, right? But this is his first time going 12. So I'm like, in a 12-rounder, he might have issues going 12. But we'll see if they tighten that up. That's not like, it's not rocket science to tighten up your gas tank, you know? So I hope he did, so we could see a good fight all the way to the end. But yeah, he ain't have many other fights that I could find online. They call him somewhat like, this is a term they use. They call him like a bar fighter. So it's typically hard to find good fight footage when you just a bar fighter, right? Or footage at all, anyway. So that Venezuela's fight, for the purposes of this fight, was the best fight to use. I would like to have used the Adorno one because it's longer. It would have showed me some different things. But it was hard to find that one. But yeah, that's that. Go ahead, wrap this thing up. Bro, I'm going to follow your channel when I get out of here. Anybody else seeing this video afterwards, drop something in the comments. You know, I'll holler back at you. That's it, though. T from TNA Sports Network. Time to drop that intro, outro. You're now tuned into the TNA Sports Network, the #1 place for unbiased boxing news, fight predictions, fight breakdowns, and film studies. Make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button on the way out if you want to show love to the channel.